it was just all of us, and then all of a sudden, Patrick Dempsey comes out. This is the first day meeting everybody too. Patrick Dempsey comes out in a clown costume, and scares us from behind. I was the only one who reacted, and I dropped to the ground, and I was like crying and like I was terrified. And these guys probably all thought like, who's this girl? Like, come on now, pull it together.
Please welcome some of the cast of Thanksgiving. We've got here Alex Armbruster, Karen Cliche, Jenna Warren, and Gabriel Davenport. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. You guys enjoying your time here so far?
Yeah, it's great.
Excellent. Having a good weekend? Great.
Yes.
I always tell everyone, enjoy yourselves at these things, and if you can't enjoy yourselves, enjoy somebody else.
Copy that.
So of course, this is, we're here to talk about Thanksgiving, Eli Roth's 2023 movie, correct? Was it 23?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm just, as a horror host myself, I'm just happy that there is yet another Thanksgiving-themed horror movies, because there's not really a lot of them. I think there was a couple back in the 80s, and then we had Thanksgiving with that evil turkey a little while ago, and this movie is apparently getting a sequel, so we'll talk about that a little bit then too. But for now, let's ask the cast some questions. So I've got some questions for you guys before we open it up to the audience. First, I want to just talk to each of you individually a little bit and just run down some of the other things that maybe you've done, maybe some things that I can relate to and we can get the audience talking about. Mm-hmm. So, Alex,
yes.
I'll start with you. So you play John Carver in the film.
Essentially. I got hired as the stunt double for Patrick Dempsey originally.
Exactly.
And then when I first got the job, it was for that, and I didn't know anything about Thanksgiving. And you know, if there's going to be a killer or what. And then the one day that I showed up to work thinking I would be wearing a sheriff's outfit, and then they gave me this pilgrim's outfit to wear. I'm like, oh, interesting. And then I read the sides, and they're like, okay, Patrick's not here for this whole. It was for the diner fight scene. Mm-hmm. With Lizzie, and they said, "Yeah, you're the one doing it." So I'm like, "Okay, let's try it out." And I was the first one in the costume on screen, so I kind of set the tone for the character.
Nice.
In that moment. Yeah.
So you've joined the ranks of the likes of Kane Hodder and CJ Graham. And,
I guess so.
And everyone that's played Michael and Jason and everything, kind of the silent killer.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the voice box at a couple of points, don't you?
It wasn't. Yeah, I didn't have the mic was there. It wasn't hooked up to anything, and they did the voiceover for a different performer. I think Andy McDonald was his name, who did the voice like during the dinner scene.
All right.
Nice. Yeah.
Now you said you didn't know anything about Thanksgiving. Do you mean the movie, or do you mean the holiday because you're Canadian?
We have Thanksgiving too. It's just in October.
Yes, that was actually going to be my next question. It's like,
yes.
What's the biggest difference between Thanksgiving in Canada and Thanksgiving here?
I mean, I don't think much. It's just a different time. Yeah, different time of year. That's it.
See, that would kill me because I got to have at least a month between holidays. It's like October 13th and then Halloween right away. It's like I'm already too busy.
Yeah. It all kind of morphs into one for sure.
Yeah. And you do mostly stunts with other movies, yeah?
Yep.
So,
I've been doing it for like 16 years now. A lot of action movies, a lot of superhero type movies, Suicide Squad, Shazam, The Boys, stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, glad to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm just going to go right down the road then. I'm going to go to Karen here. Now, Karen, you have, I think, probably my favorite death in the movie. You get to be baked alive in a giant oven.
Yes.
I heard you saying something to somebody earlier about the makeup process for that. You want to tell us a little bit about the makeup process for that? How did that go for you?
Yeah, so the crispy process, the from done to well done process.
We get the original and extra crispy.
Exactly. So for me to get to the extra crispy bit was about 3 hours of application because it was just kind of like layered to make it look really realistic. Like burns are really difficult to do. Plus on top of it had to be like crisped up from the olive oil that this person here had put all over me. So it had to look kind of like really realistic for their skin. So they did an amazing job. So it was a long time. But the hardest part was actually getting it off. And it was 4 a.m. and it took about 3 hours. And then I had kind of just pieces left on me. And then I was like, that's it, forget it, I'm done. And I just wanted to go home. And then for about a couple weeks after, I was finding like little various gross pieces of skin that I had been walking around with really attractively for the past couple of weeks. But yeah, it was a long process, but yeah, totally worth it. Makes it look good.
We hear a lot of horror stories like that from people taking off makeup from movies like this. Between Rebecca Romijn as Mystique and anyone doing any kind of full body stuff, it's like it takes forever to get picked off.
Yeah, well, and also because, it's an 14-hour day, and also, as you know, like I'd been screaming for about 10 of it, and so it was really intense. So by the end, I was like, okay, and I'm a pretty patient person, but I was like, okay, I'm done, I'm good. But yeah, I just loved every minute of it, though. Otherwise,
nice. Now you and I almost have kind of something in common. Back in the day, you were in a TV show, kind of themed.
Vampire.
You were in Vampire High.
I was, and I played a vampire. Yeah,
come a long way from that. You were great in this. We loved you. You were one of those characters that in this we think we loved to hate.
It's the story of my career. I'm always a bitch, but then I'm with a bitch with a heart of gold, right? Don't all speak at once.
It's golden crispy now.
Yeah. Thank you. Not always a heart of gold, but sometimes it's just a girl who's got her walls up, okay? But yeah, I enjoy playing those characters because they're just funner and there's layers to it, right? So
nice. Awesome. So I'm going to move on to Gabriel over here. So Gabriel, you played Scuba.
Yes, sir.
Now I don't remember in the movie. It's slipping my mind. Were you nicknamed Scuba because you were a swimmer in the movie? Is that your sport of choice?
No, I don't think so. I think Eli just liked the name Scuba.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. You are one of the returning actors slated for the sequel so far.
Yes.
I believe. Are you excited to get back into it for this?
Oh, 100%. I got to get my get back on Carver. So I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
Now, my question for you is coming up in the sequel, do you think we'll have the same Carver? Because we don't have a body. Spoilers, sorry, for the end of the movie. We don't have a body really, so he may come back, or maybe somebody else.
I'll give you a little Easter egg that maybe some of you guys may have noticed throughout the film. So if you watch the scene where Jenna, some stuff happens to Jenna, sadly. If you notice when Carver's holding the camera, he pans left to right, but inside the camera also moves. So who was moving the camera? So I'm not saying there's another one, but
I mean, yeah.
If you watch that scene, it looks like there might be another person.
We got up the stakes a little bit. You might have
the stakes a little bit. So
see, I was actually convinced. I thought Patrick Dempsey was too obvious. I thought for sure it was going to turn out to be Gina Gershon. No offense, Alex.
I thought it was Milo the whole time.
Oh yeah.
They caught me with that one. I thought it was Milo.
Did you guys do any ribbing on Milo at all for his career as a Disney kid?
No. We were just very kind to Milo. We were like, no. No.
Well, he's doing all right now. He's on Broadway.
Yeah, he's killing it. He's a Broadway star.
Yeah, doing all right. And do you have anything else coming up other than the sequel to Thanksgiving?
We have some stuff in the works also with Eli that I can't say just yet, but we shall see what he comes up with.
Nice.
So it should be exciting.
Excellent. And again, welcome everyone here. Now, Jenna, you had an interesting death in the movie. Mm-hmm. How did you feel filming that? What was your makeup process for that one? I mean, we talked about Karen's.
Yeah,
so I can only imagine.
I loved it. Eli has killed me 2 times now. He can kill me for the rest of my life. But yeah, I didn't have much makeup. We did some ear blood with the corn, and then I had almost like a pregnancy stomach with intestines. So that was cute. I thought it was a cute moment for me. So cute, so girly. But yeah.
Nice. Now I would say of everyone here, I would say your career is probably the most diametrically opposed to itself between gruesome deaths in Eli Roth horror movies and voicing My Little Pony.
Yeah, you could say it's diverse.
a lot of kids' cartoons.
Yeah. It's very contradictory.
Which would you prefer?
There's no preference. Like it's so much fun to do both, and that's why I love acting so much. Is you can come off of a day of being in the recording studio and being Sunny Star Scout, and then go get killed by Alex over there. So yeah, it's really fun, and I'm really blessed that I've gotten to kind of play both sides of the pendulum swinging.
Nice. I love an actor with range. Excellent.
Thank you.
Very nice. Glad to have you here. All right, so I've gotten some. I've just got some generalized questions. So any of you can pipe in here as you feel it. So of course, for those of you who don't know, Thanksgiving is kind of based on a fake trailer that was in the movie Grindhouse. Now, of the four of you, how many of you saw Grindhouse or were familiar with it or the trailer before you got into this movie?
I watched the trailer a long time ago, but when I first got the audition, I didn't know what it was.
Same.
So when I rewatched, I was like, oh, I've seen this before. So I have seen it before, but I completely forgot because I watched it a long time ago when I was like a kid.
All right.
I'm terrified of everything. So like I wouldn't watch princess movies if it had like a wicked witch or like a dragon. So I definitely didn't watch Grindhouse. But I did after. I did with Jalen. Jalen and I tried to watch it in pieces. But yeah, no.
Jenna, you love clowns.
Stop.
She loves clowns.
That's my biggest
She does not
fear.
like clowns.
She loves them. Bring her all clowns.
I'm gonna tell a little story quick. So our first day on when we were doing our camera tests, the main kids in it, it was just all of us, and then all of a sudden, Patrick Dempsey comes out. This is the first day meeting everybody too. Patrick Dempsey comes out in a clown costume, and scares us from behind. I was the only one who reacted, and I dropped to the ground, and I was like crying and like I was terrified. And these guys probably all thought like, who's this girl? Like, come on now, pull it together. They quickly learned that I have a very deep fear of clowns. So during the parade scene when the clown was there, other people went to set to watch. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm watching this. I was so scared. Thank you for that, Karen.
Just re-traumatizing you.
Did the clowning continue throughout the shooting then, or was it just that everyone kind of got a taste for it?
No, I think we pranked her a couple times with the clown.
Just be in weird places.
We also went to a haunted house, and when we were at the Niagara Falls convention, we all went there, and there were a lot of clowns in that one too.
Experience?
Remember, he's like, Jenna, where are you, Jenna?
She loves clowns. She loves them. Absolutely adores them.
I swear, if any of you send one after me this weekend.
Please send her clowns.
Well, if a Pennywise comes by my table, I'll send them in your direction. We already had a Georgie, so it's like I'm sure one's not far behind. So along the lines of the trailer and everything, a lot of the kills and this movie and a lot of the scenes in this movie are homages to it's a classic like 80s slasher films. Were any of you familiar with any of the homages that were in the movie as well? Was it explained to you before? Like, did he like tell you what was going on, or send you out to do any kind of homework for any of it?
Pretty much just for me, like I would. For many movies, we do like these long rehearsals, and we call them pre-visits, where we like pre-choreograph the fight scenes, and we have all the shots laid out, and then we just like do that on the day, like when we're shooting it. But for this, everything was put together very organically, and like I would show up to set, and we'd use our environment, and we just come up with it right there. And so no, but he didn't tell me anything prior to that, or why a kill was going to be a certain way. We just do it this way, and that's that.
Didn't you prep by taking cooking classes before? I thought you did. You did a wonderful job basting me. It was wonderful.
Well, when I saw the script for like when he was like supposed to be chopping the carrots and stuff like a chef, I started stressing out. I can jump from airplanes and all this stuff and be totally.
He was more scared of the chopping than the cooking.
I don't know. I don't know if I can make that look good. So luckily, they actually hired a chef for the inserts on the hands chopping. Thank God. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you did a good job with that, dude. I was like, wow.
Props to that one.
He can cut everyone else up, but he can't dice vegetables.
Can't dice.
So that's actually a really good question. So you said normally, like with stunts, everything is like pre-choreographed and everything.
Yeah.
But with this, there wasn't like a lot of pre-choreography and everything?
Yeah.
Like, it was just kind of done like on the fly while you were shooting that day?
Yep. I think Eli's been kind of cooking this up, no pun intended, in his head for a while, and so I think he had a very clear vision for what he wanted, and I don't think it was necessary really. He knew what he wanted already. So.
And Eli works very fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
very
fast.
efficient.
He's fast. He's just like, okay, because he's got crazy energy, and so you got to keep up with him.
Oh, yeah.
I think to be in his movies and to be one of his actors, you have to have the same energy and just keep up with it and be able to go on the fly, especially with improv. We had to do a lot of improv on my end with Rick Hoffman, and so that's the fun
Improv
challenge
with
of it.
Rick? What?
Oh, what a gift! It was the best. I love improv, so it was just so much fun. None of it made it to the movie, really, but
You guys had a kiss scene, right?
me and Rick.
Yeah.
Listen, that was not scripted. It was Rick on take 5 who was just like, Eli, I think, Kathleen and Thomas, they're reunited. I think they should have a little kiss. And I looked at Rick and I went, really? You think so? He's like, yeah, I think. I'm like, oh God. And then Eli looked at me and he's like, you cool? I'm like, yeah. I mean, it was a peck. Relax. I kept my mouth very closed like this.
Oh boy, Rick.
See, I come from more of a theater background, so I know, you have to pre-choreograph everything for everyone's safety.
Yep.
And I'm sure, were you like head of stunts, or was there like a stunt choreographer?
There's a stunt coordinator there. His name was Dan Skeen.
Dan.
Very good.
Ooh, I loved it.
Yeah, he's great.
Jenna.
But we
Calm down.
Woo, get him. Are you okay? You need a shower?
Dan's just the best.
Calm down.
But we did walk through everything and go through the motions before we actually went to camera. Like we'd walk through everything. So everything was done very safely, and we had props to work with that were very safe and all that too. So yeah.
Nice, excellent. All right, so the question is for everybody: what is your favorite kill in the movie?
My favorite kill is the beheading of Manny, the security guard, and then feeding the cat afterwards. I'm a cat person, so I thought that was a good choice, and it makes you like John Carver a little bit more too in that moment.
Is it true that Eli Roth nicknamed the cat Leonardo DiCaprio
I think
during
he
the
did.
filming?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
He was just so
Accurate.
impressed with that cat's acting.
yeah.
It might have an Oscar
think
before Leo actually gets another one.
That cat was also in the movie Pet Cemetery
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite kill, I would say, is Gina's scalp getting ripped off. More because that's actually a phobia of mine. I have 2 kind of intrusive thought phobias. One is every time I make a smoothie, I'm always just picturing my hand going in the blender and just getting, I don't know, every time I make it, that's my morning routine. I'm a little fucked up, but anyway. So that's one of my thoughts for some reason. And then the other one is every time I'm going down an escalator, I'm always just picturing my hair getting stuck in the escalator and then ripping my scalp off. So when I saw that in the movie, I was like, oh my God, that can happen! Ish. So yeah, it was traumatizing, but yeah. For that reason.
Pretty gruesome, yeah.
So for me, it's between 2. It's the oven scene, obviously, because that one's diabolical. I kept asking Eli, I was like, dude, how do you come up with shit like that? And then Yulia's scene. And the reason why Yulia's scene is special to me, because leading up to it, there was this saw machine where there was this little hole that stuff was supposed to pour out, right? And I go up to the guys that are creating the machine. They're like, hey, I was like, hey, what's this hole for? I don't know why. I was just like, what's this hole for? They're like, oh, the blood's supposed to come out, but it's not working, so it's just gonna pour down. I was like, cool, not thinking anything of it. Eli comes up to me, he's like, hey man, you gotta make sure you land on your mark. That's like an acting term. You always land on your mark. Wherever they tell you to kind of be, you're supposed to be there. So I was like, cool, that's normal. But he's like, no, you gotta make sure you land on your mark. Really, really get to this spot specifically. And I'm like, okay, that's my job. I'm going to do that. No problem. That's just what directors do. They tell you to land on your mark. So I'm coming in hot, this and that, ready to do the scene. And the moment I land on my mark, and Alex decides to push my loving girlfriend onto the saw, blood splats everywhere on me, and I was not expecting that at all. So that reaction in that scene was genuine reaction, because I did not expect blood to splat all over me. So me and Nell were literally I thought this was an accident, because the guy said that the machine didn't work. So I thought, oh, maybe this is not supposed to happen. And
We had one take for that,
we had one
too.
take, and I don't hear a cut. So I'm like, oh shit, like I just gotta keep going. So I'm like slipping, trying to go grab her. I'm completely out of it. And then everyone comes up to me afterwards like, dude, like that reaction was so real. Like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, because it fucking was, bro. I didn't know you guys were gonna splat me with shit. So that's why I say that's like my favorite scene because of that moment.
Nice.
I do like my kill. I like it a lot. I was really excited when I read it, and then because we went back to do some reshoots, and Eli wanted to intensify the kill. So originally the corn wasn't a part of it. It was just the chain, the saw part. And then I get like a call one day in the summer, and he goes, "So we're gonna come back and like make it better." And so that was really fun for me. I love when he kills me, so it was fun. But also Gina's was crazy, and seeing her walk around as well in like that night when we shot it. Like I know Addison was squirming, like no one could look at it because it looked hyper realistic. We had an amazing special makeup effects team that just made everything look so real. I mean, even like, you know, the turkey Karen looked disgustingly real. Like,
thank you.
Yeah. Just everyone who was a part of making everything look so real did such a good job. It like irked us.
Well, what was his name?
I can't remember his name either,
I know,
but he won an Oscar.
He won for The Whale.
Yeah,
seen in the movie The Whale. So he's the one who did my head and won an Oscar a week later. Yeah, so they're like
the best
top
of the
their
best. Game. Yeah.
Nice. See, I would say the cooking death is my favorite because it reminds me of another movie from the 80s, The Cook, the Thief, His Wife, and Her Lover. I don't know if anyone hasn't heard of it, you should check it out. It's Helen Mirren and Michael Gambon. And at the end of it, spoilers, there's somebody's cooked. But no, it just reminded me of that. It was another one of those, I don't know if it was intentionally a great callback from Eli Roth to that, because I'm sure there's other movies that have probably got that happen to somebody else, but that's what it reminded me of. So,
well, I don't know if everybody knows this. Well, no, but I don't think you do know this, but little insider info. The whole oven scene, the whole chase scene, the whole stuff we did there was not in the original script or movie that we shot. It was months later that I get a text from Eli asking if I wanted more, if I was ready for more. And
he's so ominous with his messages.
Yeah, I wake up one morning, I'm like, Jan, are you ready for more? And it was like months after we'd wrapped. I'm like, more what? Like, movie's coming out in 2 months. Like, what's going on? And he's like, here's what I want to do. And he just sends this whole text. He's like, you chasing cat and mouse, olive oil, seasoning, salt, pepper, roasting in the oven, screaming for your life. And I was like, oh my God, I'm available. I'm available anytime, anywhere, desperate actor, I'm available. And so, yeah, we shot that whole stuff that was, not originally in the original script. So that wouldn't have been in the movie had we not reshot that or shot that.
It would have been such a different movie.
I know, because the last time you would have seen me was at the parade, and then I just show up as the turkey, right? You would have never seen the actual roasting alive. So I think that added a lot to it.
So there wasn't like another death planned in the meantime? You just
never. It was just more the surprise reveal of me as a turkey. Oh. Yeah, and so he wanted to see the whole chase and see the whole roasting. Yeah, so that was not originally in the plan, but I think glad he did. Yep.
Good addition. Now the principal photography was only 53 days? Now how long would you say it took to do all the reshoots then afterwards?
It's only 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah.
4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, in total it was 34
That's a lot to accomplish in 4 days.
It was 34 days.
It was the same crew, but smaller, and it was just us. So I really loved those 4 days. That was really intimate. We just had so much time to I screamed for 10 hours in the oven doing that, and that was just, I think as actors, to have that time to really dive in is amazing.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, well, that's the end of my questions. So does anybody in the audience have any questions for anyone up here? Anybody? Oh, did I cover everything? Oh, all right. We've got some questions. Yes, sir.
So is Rick Hoffman that funny all the time?
Yes.
1,000%.
But yes, he is funny naturally all the time, but not all the time though. Like he actually, like when we were on the parade, when we were like like waving, right, and doing that whole parade, we were up there for hours stuck there because the reset was about an hour each time, and we just got into really serious conversations about love, life, everything, and it was very serious. It wasn't. He's not a constant joker.
Love, huh? Love, huh?
He's trying to ship us. You're trying to ship us together.
Rick's my boy.
Okay.
You know I do.
I'm
like
gonna
Rick.
text Rick right now. Actually, he'd probably be okay with it. But anyway, I'm gonna tell him you were trying to ship us. But no, he is really fun. He's actually a really good rapper. I actually have a video.
Yeah, he is.
I have the video behind this. I should post it.
You should
of this
post
rap
it.
that you. Remember when you guys were on the green room in the basement?
We were delirious.
He
that
was
night.
totally
and Eli
rapping.
was lying on the floor during this.
I have it. I'll show you that video. I'll post it.
You should.
Yeah. He's great though. He's a really great guy.
He has a good heart.
All right, we got another question in the back here. You, sir.
Yeah, so my question is there anything about the shoot that you don't miss, that you were like, I'm glad that part's over?
The screaming. I lost my voice so many times.
Yeah.
So probably the screaming, yeah.
Working in the cold parade factory. It's called the Hearn. It's an old abandoned power plant that's in Toronto, and we film there all the time because it looks really good on camera, but it sucks to film in there.
Yeah, the weather, I would not like to do that. Sadly, we're doing it again, but.
Yeah.
I would say, I think, when I'm being dragged across the lawn, the grass, when he's grabbing me, and that famous shot of me like, my beauty shot, my new headshot is basically what I'm saying. When I'm dragging myself, I was so into it. I get very into it. And I was like digging for my life. I mean, my real nails were flying off. I lost all my nails, digging in, and I had dirt underneath my fingers for like at least 2 weeks, as well as like skin falling off me. I was really into it. And then at one point...
You're making my life difficult because you're like, you can just, it's acting too, like I'm trying to pull you.
I was so strong to say it. I was so strong and digging in for dear life that he was struggling to grab me and pull me. But he was like, hey, Karen, could you please just relax?
Help me out a little bit.
Help me out a little bit because he needed to drag me and it wasn't working because I was like, no, fuck no. But so I don't miss that, but I love it. Like, I'm not the most dainty I know I play a lot of like dainty ladies, but I'm not. So I love the more action, the better. That was really fun.
How about you, Jenna? What was your least favorite part of the filming?
I loved all of it. I don't know. When it ended,
So the ending.
I don't know. That's such like a cheesy answer, but it's so true. Like, it felt like such a utopia. Every single day, we were like hanging out all day. Even when we weren't supposed to be on set that day, we made our way on set that day. Like, I don't know, nothing. It was great. I did lose my voice, and I was covered in blood for 12 and a half hours, but that's okay. I was shaking in like one of those, like when the ambulance has like those tin foil almost blankets to keep you warm. Mm-hmm. I was in that. I was covered in blood for hours, but I was like, I don't want it to end. And that was the last day of shooting. So that was like everyone's last day. And I was like, okay, I'll go shower now. No, it was,
Nice. Does anybody else have any other questions? Oh, this gentleman had raised his hand earlier. Yes, sir.
So you said that you had to do reshoots. Can you expand on that? Like,
we had to do reshoots? Yeah. Well,
They weren't reshoots, they were new shoots.
additional scenes.
Additional scenes.
what do you mean by additional scenes?
So when so for the whole chase scene where he's chasing me through the farmhouse and then capturing me in the pitchfork and the actual like roasting alive, that was not in the original movie that we shot months before that.
Yeah.
It was and then they had some additional stuff. It was, I think the intention was to like add a little bit more depth and more gore, to be honest, I think, to the movie, and just to kind of dive into the certain characters a little bit more. So that's what we did. So they weren't reshoots because something went wrong or we didn't replace anything. We just added.
So it would have been a whole different movie if we didn't.
Totally.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And a question for Alex.
Yeah.
You said you were in Suicide Squad.
Yep.
What was it like being a stunt double for that movie. You were Diablo, right?
Yeah.
What was it like being a stunt double?
It was really cool. I had to shave my head completely for it. They wanted to, completely. They wanted to shave my eyebrows too, but I said nope. Those take a while to grow back, and you look kind of funny.
Did you meet like the original cast? Like, did you meet Margot? Did you meet?
Yep. Yeah, I got to run lines with Will Smith the one day too, and that was super awesome for me because
with everything going on with Will Smith, do you think he was nice? Like,
well, what I know is when I met him, he was awesome, and I know when he was there, he had a bunch of inspirational books, even for all of the cast and crew to like pick through and read. He set up a whole gym and arcade for everyone to play at in their spare time. Like, he was a really cool, humble guy.
Cool.
So I thought that was really cool.
So you would say the cast was originally nice.
Yes, everyone was really, really awesome to work with.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, we didn't slap you.
Nope, he didn't slap me. But like I broke my ankle on that movie pretty badly towards the end of it in the finale, and when I was getting helped out to the shuttle to go to the hospital, Will Smith comes walking by and he's like, "Oh man, what happened?" I'm like, "I might have broke my ankle. We'll see what happens." And he's like, "All right, man. I hope you get better." He gives me a fist bump and sends me on my way. I thought it was pretty cool because he was the first CD I ever bought when I was a kid was Will Smith, Big Willie style. So I thought that was a cool kind of full circle moment there. Yeah.
Nice. You got a question?
Okay. I have a fun question. Did anybody ask Gina Gershon anything about Showgirls?
I didn't meet her.
Not that I know of. I didn't have any scenes with her. I'm so mad about that, so I don't know. Would you have had a question for her?
Like a million?
Gina's amazing.
I don't think we asked her that.
Yeah.
She was
We just talked to her
wonderful.
about everything under the sun, but just her, really and truly.
She was really excited that day too, because she came for one day during the night shoot scenes, and she was so excited to be there, and she brought a really cool energy, and we were like, "What the fuck? Gina Gershon's here? Like, what?" But yeah, she was lovely.
Gina.
It's a cult classic. I'm sure she gets a lot of questions about that one. The next time you see her, ask her if she still enjoys puppy chow.
Absolutely.
Oh, we got another one back here.
So, a lot of people here are horror fans. Are you guys, is that what you watch in your spare time? Or what do you watch?
I'm not.
Watches clown movies, I told you. It's Terrifier. She loves Terrifier.
I am not a horror person, to be honest. I've watched a lot of the paranormal stuff because I like that, even though I hate terrified
Actually,
of horror.
I only watch Eli Roth. Only Eli Roth.
She's obsessed with Eli Roth,
Just
as you
Eli
can
Roth.
see. But no, I never really watched much horror films. Like I'm pretty sure I've seen most of the big ones, and that stuff terrifies me because I have like an overthinking deep mind. So like I'll literally like replay the same scenario until eventually I'm now in the scenario, and then I'm like checking my bedroom to make sure that person's not popping up. So I was like, you know what, maybe this is not healthy for me. Maybe I should kind of chill out. So I did.
I was, in the 80s as a kid, I loved Nightmare on Elm Street. Does anyone remember Deadly Friend? That was like, I don't know, I watched it so many times as a kid. That was one of my favorite horror movies. But then as I got older, no, absolutely not. I'm more of a real life horror fan, meaning true crime. Give me all the real true crime documentaries. I will watch them all. So maybe that makes me a bit more psycho because I don't like the fake crime. I actually want like the real life horror stuff, all about murder and everything. So yeah. That's my answer.
Yeah, you're crazy.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of horror movies either. I'm kind of like Gabriel. I get pretty freaked out. I'm kind of, when I do get forced to watch them, I have the kind of blanket up here and I'm peeking and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm kind of a wuss with that. Just I enjoy making them, but I don't watch them.
Yes, right? They're fun to do.
Yeah.
But not to watch.
And I know and since I'm so afraid of them, I know what freaks people out. So that's how I tried to think of the character when I was doing it as well. So what would freak people out?
Well, if it makes you guys feel any better, I know a lot of people that work in haunted houses, and they are also terrified of horror movies. You'd be surprised how many people work as clowns at haunted houses and are terrified of clowns.
Interesting.
Well, it's just like
maybe
Halloween.
that's what you need to do.
Dress up
you need to
with
put
what
on
you're
a
afraid of.
clown to defeat the clown.
No, someone did make me put on a mask, and I hated it. I don't know who it was.
Then that didn't work, guys.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions for the panel? Oh, we got one in the back.
Do you have any advice for somebody who would like to become an actor?
Holy shit. How bad do you want to be an actor? Very bad? As bad as you want to eat, sleep, drink? All right, then you are in for it, my friend. It is going to be a long, hard, lonely road, but it is very rewarding once you get there. But you gotta believe in yourself, like at a psychotic level, to the point where like it's everything you think about, eat, sleep, breathe, but then you get to a point where you also have to completely let it all go. It's a weird balance. Once you get there, you'll trust me, you'll understand what I'm saying when you get there. Then you're free to flow into anything because you'll have the belief in yourself that you could play any role and be anything that you want, but you have to keep knocking at that door over and over and over. Bro, to the point where people are going to tell you, man, I don't know, maybe you should do something else. You got to be like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to keep going. And you got to keep going and keep. Your mom might come and say, listen, honey, I love you. And this, nah, fuck that, mom. I'm sorry. You got to keep going. Your grandpapa, anybody, like you just got to keep knocking at that door over and over. And I'll tell you this, it's not for everyone. It is not for everyone. As much as you believe and you want to do it, it is not for everyone. This industry can get very dark. It can kill you. It can eat you alive to the point where you're like, bro, I don't know.
This sounds like a horror movie. You're just
It is.
being
But
an actor.
Again,
Starring
there's a beautiful
Gabe.
side to it. There's a beautiful side to it if you can get there. It's just, you got to get there, man.
Is he describing the plot of Pearl?
Like, I'm depressed. I'm getting a new career after hearing this. But I know what he's saying is that it's a lot of rejection, okay? So it's almost like you can't take it personally, but when you do take the feedback and the stuff that is, do what you can to change that. Have side things that keep you going as well. You got to make money too. You got to have other interests. Don't make this your whole identity. I have a switch that goes on and off. I'm off set, boom, I'm Karen, I'm normal. I hardly think about my acting career. Keeps me very normal. And then you just, have patience, right? Just have patience. And also you can hit it really big. Like I didn't have the long, hard road. I started working right away. I made it very, big, whatever, right away. So I was kind of like, what's everybody talking about? Like, it's hard. Then it got hard and I had years where I didn't work and I was like, this sucks. So it's up and down. So just most importantly, want to be an actor because you want to act, not because you want to be famous, not because you want the money. Love acting so much that you love auditioning a lot. So just love it and keep training and be really good at it and enjoy it. Does that make sense?
But have fun too. Have fun too, and have a really beautiful imagination. I think that helps me a lot, is you have to envision everything as if it's actually happening, because even when you are on set, it's not actually happening. Like, there's a guy in a green suit pretending to be a dragon, So, like, you have a really beautiful imagination. Stay true to your heart. Don't give up on yourself, even when maybe other people will give up on you, because it just takes one. And that's what I tell myself often. So just have fun. If you lose the fun, it's not worth it anymore. So, yeah, to end on a lighter note.
Great, guys. Thank you so much. I think that's a perfect spot to end the panel for today. So again, thank you all for being here. And thank you, guys. Thank you, Alex,
Thank you.
Jenna, Gabriel, and Karen. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, everyone.
Give them a round of applause. And enjoy the rest of your day here at the New Jersey Horror Convention and Film Festival. Again, I've been Damien McDonovan. You can see my booth, and you can see them at their booth. So please come
we're
out
in the
and meet
hall.
all of us.
Come say hi
right.
if you want more questions.
Have a good one.
Hey, this is Alex Malari Jr., and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Your Emperor commands it. Thanks for watching.